Alright, well, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Force Unleashed games. Okay, here's the deal. I rented this game 2 nights ago. And I barely got to play it the one night. And then the next night, I didn't get to play at all. I started playing today at around, say, 4 o'clock. Got done not too terribly long after. I wound up playing until about 8, but a lot of that was I had to pause because I also had to deal with some stuff around the house intermittently. Anyway, I'm kind of ticked off. Because see, in the probably totaling, I probably spent about 2 hours on the thing and then 2 hours away from it. In this time, well, here's the thing. When I played the demo for the thing, I was excited. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I was freaking excited about it because, they seem to have fixed the graphical errors that were in the first one, the glitchy stuff, the jerky camera that would sometimes happen, the awkward controls that could happen, especially when you're platforming. They weren't too terribly precise. Got fixed, so it was a lot easier. And I figure this is awesome. This is great. It's an improvement. Then I play the actual game. Not only is this thing obscenely short for something that you're gonna have to pay $60 for, more if you got like a special edition. The storytelling is wow, almost non-existent. I honestly had like almost no questions answered about what the heck is going on. The whole thing feels like DLC leading up to part 2. It feels genuinely like these are levels, missions you could have downloaded to, especially the final fight, to get you ready for part 2. Now, the thing is, I've never been the biggest fan of these games. I'm going to tell you why I'm not too keen on them in a little bit here. But, honestly, I've never been a huge fan of these. But this was just almost inexcusable. The storytelling, I mean, I'm serious. It's like by the time the ending rolls around, it pretty much just slaps you in the face that, oh my god, this is the end. I wasn't expecting this. Not that it's shocking or surprising or a twist. You're just expecting it to not be the end because there's been no shocks or surprises or twists at all. I mean, literally, you break out of imprisonment on Camino. You go to this, crap, what planet was it? I don't know. Anyways, you go to this other planet, you find General Coda again, you bust him out. You find Juno again. She's taken prisoner. Then you go back to Camino, and that's the last level. The second time you go back to Camino. So there's like 4 main events happening. Oh yeah, one time you go to Dagobah. And I don't even really know. I don't know. It's just weird. Anyways, I really don't know what to say about this game, except that the only things that it managed to do is start to step into movie canon territory, which is never a good thing. And then on top of that, managed to seriously tick me off. Here's why these games kind of tick me off. They're almost turning out to be like the Resident Evil movies of the Star Wars universe. Simply because I know someone's going to say that this could arguably said about this or that or that. Yeah, I'm talking about this. This is like mainstream. This isn't books. This isn't comic books. This is a very popular game series. But oh my god, I mean, in the very first game, it was ridiculous the stuff this guy could do. I mean, they were doing stuff that the prequels even supposedly stepped up what the Jedi were capable of. I really don't think so. Reading the books, that's kind of how they described what they were capable of in the books. The old movies, you give them leeway with because they were old movies. They were made in like the 70s and the early 80s, and the first one especially had a much lower budget. So they could only do so much. So when the prequels come out, they kind of step up what Jedi can do. It's like, okay, that's not too much different from what I've read in the books. Okay. This guy comes along. He's throwing giant freaking force push balls. He's grabbing TIE fighters and crushing them with his bare hand. He's throwing bolts of lightning at 7 targets all at once, like it's nobody's business. Wow. And then for me the real jump in the shark moment came when he pulled down that freaking Star Destroyer into that junkyard, into that shipyard. That was, for me, I mean, they'd already established the last time someone actually managed to move a Star Destroyer using Force abilities it took like all of Luke's students in one of the expanded universe books. Took all of them, and a few of them wound up passing out afterwards. One of them, it literally killed him. And then yet this guy, he's just, ripping it right down. Again, like it's nobody's business. The only thing that stops him from pulling it down completely is the fact that, these TIE fighters come along that'll start blasting at you, which disrupts your ability to pull it down. But yeah, in this one, he's, yanking blockade runners out of the way, Corellian corvettes, yanking them out of the way, yanking parts of a Star Destroyer out of the way, yanking, I mean, for God's sakes, he climbs on top of a giant blaster cannon and manages to power it up using his Force lightning to the point where one single shot manages to split the Star Destroyer in half. I mean, this is... And the thing is that oh god, it's a character created like for games that aren't even really that interested in sticking close to the canon, it seems. Already now he's spanked Vader twice like it's nobody's business. Again, you got the option on the light side or the dark side when it comes to sparing him or not. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, at first I thought, okay, they seem to have stepped up what Vader could do. Was he like holding back last time or something? But no. No, it turns out it was all psychological because, again, he manages to beat him, without all that much effort. I was expecting him to face him again and then, like, lose terribly and then find out more about who or what he was and then come back and, I don't know, I certainly wasn't expecting him to win again. Just because, that wouldn't make much sense with, actual series canon. But, oh, silly me, I actually expected a coherent plot. He survives. But only because you spare him. And he's a prisoner. Frickin' Vader was supposed to be one of the most unstoppable badass villains. The one that Yoda was afraid of. The one that Obi-Wan couldn't beat. Is spanked by this guy. I mean, heck, even the Emperor got pretty much, I won't say beat, but, he got smacked around by him too. I mean, it's ridiculous what they're doing here. It's just way over the top what they're doing with this character. And he gets, of course, the most sappy, happy ending if you go with the positive thing. I'm assuming that if you go with the dark side, you wind up killing Vader again, like you did last time. So there's really no chance of a continuing storyline if you take the bad side. You take the good side, it's an unbelievably cheesy happy ending where even though Juno's shown no signs of life, she's supposedly dead. Proxy says he can't revive her, so on and so forth. She somehow just mysteriously comes back to life in his arms, and the two of them fly away to look for answers or this or that. And at the end, the only significant thing that you have to show that it might continue is that Boba Fett starts following them. Yeah. It's just getting ridiculous. I mean, they are literally stepping into canon territory too. It's oh yo. It's just driving me nuts here. The plus, I mean, you get to Dagobah. Yoda lets him in the freaking cave. No pre-training required. No nothing. No, just lets him walk right in there. It's getting ridiculous. And again, they're tearing down Vader just for the sake of this character, who they are making his own internal struggle out to be his most dangerous enemy. Not Vader, not the Empire, himself. It's getting really ridiculous. I'm frankly getting sick of people trying to add new chapters to something where instead of actually trying to build upon what's established, make it work, they decide they're going to completely tear down what exists for the sake of propping up what they want to add to it. Creating new characters where you have to rip old ones down and make them seem weaker in order to prop this up, prop this guy up, make them admire this guy somehow. Wish they were like that, ridiculous stuff like this. And in this case, they actually made one of the arguably one of the most intimidating villains out there out to be child's play. That's what they've accomplished with doing this. It's really, to me, it's ruining the mythos of what it can do. And there are times where I'm not the only one who said it either. I've heard a few other people say it almost seems like they're kind of trying to nudge Luke Skywalker out of the way with this Star Killer here. It's just, frankly, getting ridiculous. Anyways, bottom line, second game, gameplay improved, graphics improved, story length, kind of suckish. Definitely not worth $60. If you're going to play it, rent it, you'll have it done by the time it goes back. If you feel the need to buy it, wait till it's available cheaper or used or something. And that's all I have to say about that. Later.